Holy moly!
You know what we should do is we should get like ice packs or something to.
I know. You think that Dyson fan is like the Dyson fan is supposed to be like
interesting,
quiet, and
okay, I don't want to look.
It's not. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi, we're live. We're live.
We're live.
Happy
Welcome
Sunday. Hey,
everyone
Dana.
to another episode.
Another episode.
In Netherlands episode of
my baby
the two
girl.
Crazy Cat Ladies.
Right.
Podcast
Yeah,
back in the closet with the two
it
crazy
is hot,
cat ladies.
you guys. We don't have a vent in this closet, and it is hot.
It's real hot.
Oh
It's hot.
my God.
It's like too hot to
Hey,
fry.
Anna,
You know what I'm
Lisa,
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Robin. Ooh.
Oh my God, all of our VIPs
The
up in
glisten
here.
is real.
Oh my
The
love,
glisten is
what are you
real.
doing, baby girl?
Lord. I wanted to turn the
Sasha,
fan on, but then you had this big
I said
one.
Adrian and then I said Sasha. Like, what am I trying to call my cat? My princess Angel. Friday she has the zoomies going on. You should have seen her run up to me at the bar downstairs earlier. She came running. She jumped. Her back legs almost missed, and it was like she was skidding along and jumped in, and then like played it off. So cool, because you are so cool, aren't you?
Come here, sweet angel.
Aren't you my love?
My sweet girl.
Oh, baby girl. Yes. Oh, my baby.
Oh, my baby lady.
Oh,
Yes, you're the sweetest
yes,
angel princess
yes.
in all the land.
Oh, can you
my
guys see her?
girl.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
my
you can
goodness.
kind of see her, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Betty,
She's-
it is hot.
It's
Turn a
getting
fan
hot
on. I
in
know we
here.
wanted to turn a fan
We
on, but
have the
Jay's
fan going,
afraid
but it's so
that-
loud that and the fan. You know what? This is a summer thing. It's just a piece. Like there are sacrifices when you run a business, right? Like when you are doing these things.
If
like
it were
this
up
is
to
a
Jay, come here, baby girl. If it were up to
sacrifice
Jay,
we make.
the house would be kept at 64 degrees year round.
I know we make fun of Lindsay because she keeps it so cool, but I'm
Hers is like
literally
a 4
like
degrees.
jealous. No,
Yeah.
she's got it up to 72 now. I keep mine at 74 at night.
Come here.
But during the day, I'm just going to tell you, it is it's running. It's like I'm trying to keep it at 74 right now. I'm trying to keep it at 76, but it's 78, so it's constantly running. So it's like we have to adjust and it's hard. It's only 3 months of the year that we get this like heat. And the rest of the year, it's like freaking beautiful all the time. But it's like trying to keep it. I mean, guys, everybody, like almost everybody I know has had their AC go out. My sister had their AC go out. Dr. Karen Becker had her AC go out in Arizona.
If you're thinking about
our
don't
friend
want,
Lubo
you're
just had
subconsciously manifesting it.
I know.
So stop it.
Okay. I'm just saying that air conditioners are working really hard. They're working overtime right now to keep those of us in the desert cool. We're very grateful for their.
Lindsay said I actually had to back it down to 70 today. Dash was breathing weird, and it is hot AF out for real.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Lisa said mine is at 68 all the time.
Our cats, even when I keep it at 74, our cats are cold. Our cats are like you saw Mr. Twister. You guys saw Mr. Twister. Those of you guys VIPs.
Oh, Leanne.
We just had a VIP live, and Mr. Twister and Friday were like snuggled up next to the window because they like the warmth. So our cats don't necessarily like it when it's cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, if you could hear her. Anyway, guys, so welcome to Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. This episode, number lucky 77.
Lucky 77. We
had our brilliant Lindsay write us out a questionnaire. So we were trying to think of ideas for the podcast this week. It's been kind of an ongoing, we kind of go back and forth. We talk about cats one week, then we talk about us one week. Usually always includes
something
cats.
Weird in life.
Or something weird, or what's going on, whatever.
The lowest I have mine is 75.
And that's overnight. Yeah.
I could take 60 degrees right now.
Right now, just because it's really hot. So anyway, we're gonna jump into the podcast.
Let's
Can we
do
that?
It. Yeah.
Because there's lots of questions to cover.
I know. I haven't.
It's gonna be like a get to know
them. I did see the first two.
Yeah. That's about it. I mean,
fun.
I typed them out, but whatever. Not really. I copied and pasted it, so I don't know.
Fun. Hey,
you ready?
Sean. Yes.
Why is she so precious? Welcome to this special episode of the Two Crazy Cat Ladies Back in the Closet. No, it's Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. I went a week without introducing, forgot how to introduce.
Oh my gosh.
This episode, number 0077 of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies, we have a fun one this week. We have a questionnaire to answer. You know, it's like those, in fact, where this idea came from was we were trying to think of ideas for the podcast. Actually, at this point, I wasn't trying to think of an idea. I was watching a video on Facebook that popped up. It was a memory of like of our Mr. Biddles and our Mr. Twister, two of our beloved cats. Mr. Biddles has since passed, but there was a memory that popped up, and it was a little video of them snuggling on Father's Day. And the video that popped up right after that was an interview with Pink, none other than Pink. I love Pink. And it was all these like random questions. And I was like, you know what, that might be a good idea. Like, what if we had not, you know, we've had podcasts before where it's like comparing like which one of you, like who knows who better. And then which one of you is like a better driver, or which one of you is, you know, a better,
who's more OCD.
Yeah, like those kind of questions. This is like specific questions that we can answer, and we don't both have to answer every one of them.
And
there's,
for those of you watching,
but we want to know your answers too.
Yeah.
So comment, like we're going to ask a question. We might not be able to read all of your answers, but we're going to ask a question. We're going to answer them, and you guys answer too. And if you're listening on the podcast, comment below. Let us know. Maybe it's just your favorite question. But of these questions,
fine, right?
Yeah, let us know.
Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
Is that a song?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like it is. I don't feel like I made it up.
I think your paper is really loud next to the microphone. I bet.
I think you are very edgy right now.
I'm just pointing out the obvious here.
Let's do this.
Okay. So should we just start at the top? And do you want to just like go back and forth? I don't know. Do you want to like I could ask you one, you could ask me one, we can go back and forth.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream, vanilla. I'm so vanilla.
So vanilla. Yeah.
What's your favorite ice cream?
I think I'm going to say mint chocolate chip, but I do remember once growing up in Michigan, they had a boardwalk and they had a ice cream called Superman, which is like a bunch of different colors. And that's the only ice cream I ever got. But now as an adult, it's mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip. You heard it here, people. What's your biggest pet peeve?
There's a tie on this one. It's either wet socks or hair on a bar of soap.
Oh.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I don't know. I have so many.
I know.
I have so many pet peeves.
Yeah. Why don't you rattle off the top three? Or the first three that come to mind. God knows they're not. It's hard to prioritize your pet peeves.
Oh, I honestly can't even think of any right now. I know that I have one that I'm like, oh, it's such a pet peeve, but it's something to do with pets. So I think it's funny that I call it a pet peeve, but I don't know what it is because I can't think of it. But I get the funniness of it. I don't know. Name what you know me better than I know me.
This is.
What would you say is a pet peeve of mine? I go to grammar, like grammar mistakes, like saying you are instead of your, like spelling it you are instead of your, or then and than. Oh my God, that is a pet peeve. And it's not a pet peeve like it like makes fire come out of my ears. It's just like, oh, that is like so wrong when you say then and you mean than, or worse when you say than and you mean then. It's like, woo. That's like I'll say that's my biggest pet peeve. What? Oh, did I not take that one out? Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about magazines. Are you ticklish?
I am ticklish. And I know that you are not ticklish unless on occasion there's one spot near the middle of your back.
Yeah, that if it's touched a certain way, it's like, yeah, but it's so weird. I also, my right eyelid is ticklish. Is that weird?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm putting on my eyeliner, I'm like, I have to like stop. Like it's not all the time, but it's a good percentage of the time.
Yeah.
So weird.
What is your favorite game?
I think, okay, I'll go against two totally different games, but I love them both.
Okay.
Chess and Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of board games. I was going to say chess for a board game for sure. Cards Against Humanity is also very fun. I was thinking like basketball or soccer.
Oh, you were thinking sports.
Yeah. Well, games.
I don't know. Hey, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Well,
soccer?
Thank God I'm not fired.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Soccer?
I think I'm gonna go with no. I think I'm gonna go with basketball. I only played soccer because my violin teacher wouldn't let me play basketball anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I could kick your ass at basketball.
Yeah, you did kick
Actually.
my ass at basketball once.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would know how to bounce a ball anymore. It's been
I
so
bet you
long.
would. It's those long, lanky arms you have.
I played softball for over 10 years of my life straight, summer and winter ball, and I cannot throw anymore.
I have noticed that. Yeah, we need to get back out.
Probably not going to be good at basketball.
We need to spend a little more time with some balls in our lives.
We need balls.
Come on.
I think we need balls. We all need balls in our lives.
All right, next question. Your turn.
I just asked all of them. Oh, did I not? What poster was on your wall growing up?
Oh. The only poster I had on my wall growing up was when I was in high school, and it was a poster of West Point graduation day.
You're such a geek.
I know. What was on your wall growing up?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes.
I always had posters on my wall, though. It was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Sometimes it was like Nirvana. I had at one point.
Nirvana?
At one point, I was like so obsessed with airplanes that I bought this calendar, and it had these beautiful pictures of airplanes every month. So I took them all out and I posted them. Like, this is when I lived in the attic, so my ceiling was like
all
like roof, right? And I had like bunk beds, and so it was like all airplanes. Like,
that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love it.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor. Kangaroos or koalas? Oh, that's a good one, huh?
I go with koalas. They're so freaking cute.
I think koalas, yeah, would be my first.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen.
I went to Australia last year.
There's a video of this huge kangaroo that stole this guy's dog. It's on TikTok, you guys.
Oh my God, no.
He stole his dog and he's got him in a headlock. This kangaroo has him in a headlock. I did see that one, yeah. Right? And it's like, what is he doing? And I love kangaroos. I really, really love the little pouch. And oh my God, I love them. But I was like, can you imagine if someone like grabbed one of your whatever, and this guy goes running up and he punches the kangaroo, and the kangaroo let go of the dog. But then he's like bouncing around like he's gonna box back, and then the video ended. So I hope everything turned out okay. I feel bad that the kangaroo got punched, but I also felt really bad for the dog. Yeah. Who was freaking out. Oh. Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
No, kangaroos are pretty mean animals, to be honest. Not to say that we should not love them, because I'm sure they have, purpose behind their personalities. But when I was in Australia last year, my sister and I went on a kangaroo and koala tour.
Oh, that's right.
And so
so you have like intimate knowledge.
Right. And the kangaroos were so precious, the way they would you just see their ears, like they were so precious. But those koalas were so you want to be you want to climb the tree with them. You want to just hold them and hug them. They were so precious. And there were so many dying at the time, because that was when the fires were going on, the bushfires.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Okay. What's the weirdest place you've ever been?
I don't know. The first thing that popped to my mind, and I think it's weird because I don't think I'd be comfortable doing it now. Caving. When we went spelunking, I actually slept in a cave. We hiked in miles and miles. And I remember it being so cold and damp. It was so hard to sleep. But I also think now, I don't think I would do that. Oh my goodness, your heart is beating in your ankle.
You can see I can't feel that.
You can feel it?
I can't. But you can see my heart beating in my ankle.
Come here, Angel.
Side note. Angel. My little Madison Grace.
Yeah, so I would say a cave. What's the weirdest place you've ever been?
I don't know. I don't feel like I've been anywhere weird. I mean, I'm sure I have. I don't know.
Weird. I'm trying to think of the places that.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. I mean, I've been to interesting places, but I wouldn't call them weird.
The weirdest place you've ever been.
So let's just say,
did you ever go visit somebody at a place that was ooh, this is very awkward?
Gross. Yeah. When I was growing up, I had a friend in the neighborhood. Yeah, I had a friend in the neighborhood, and I was young, and we would meet up like on our bikes, and we would like play on the railroad tracks, and get into the dirt, and stuff like that.
Get
and
to the weird part.
She asked me to spend the night with her one night, and my mom said yes. So I went to spend the night with her and went into her house, and it was literally like the most disgusting place like ever. Like it was like
Like
gross,
garbage.
not just like, oh, they have like clothes thrown everywhere or something, like messy. It wasn't just messy. It was like food from like 4 weeks ago or something in the kitchen, piled up with bugs, like gnats and flies and maggots and stuff all over it. And I couldn't bring myself to leave. But there were cockroaches all over the house, and it was like crawling on the lamp next to the bed that I was sleeping in. And I was like, okay, I'm a little scared of the roaches. And she said, just shut off the lights. They'll go away. And I was like, okay. And I was just praying, like, please don't let me get eaten by cockroaches. Like, it was so gross.
Weird and super, super creepy.
Yeah. All at the same time. Yeah. So that's the weirdest place, I guess. When you're not working, how do you like to spend your time?
Oh.
Besides playing with the cats.
Besides my babies. God, it's been so long since we've had free time. So I recall that I love whittling. I love books.
Mm-hmm. Reading a book in nature.
Yeah,
is
I keep thinking about.
Yeah,
like
whether
reading.
It be camping or hiking, but taking like a good, profound, awesome book about like spirituality, about like life, about like business.
Yeah,
even
I've never really gotten into the nonfiction. I grew up reading a lot of nonfiction, but as a grown up, I don't think I've ever read. I haven't read nonfiction in probably 30 years.
What do you mean by nonfiction? We read like.
I mean fiction. I've never gotten into fiction.
That's right. Okay.
Like yeah. So all nonfiction.
I've never gotten into fiction either. I'm like, I think the books that we read are nonfiction. I don't know what you're talking about, because they're more like self-help. I guess they're in the bookstores. They would be under the self-help section probably.
Probably.
Like all Deepak Chopra and
Tony Hsieh or even
Tony Hsieh. Probably my most favorite book of all. Actually, I would say off the top of my head, my most favorite book.
Yeah.
Gary Zukav. Great.
Yeah,
books.
but being out in nature, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Good hike. Just kind of reconnecting.
Yes. What's the first?
You have to answer.
I just answered that.
Oh,
reading a book in nature.
Oh,
yeah.
So we get along so well.
I know.
Oh my God. And we've sustained a great relationship, even though we haven't had any free time in the last 4 years.
I know. We're just looking forward to it.
We are looking
very
forward
soon.
Next.
What's the first concert you attended?
Mary Chapin Carpenter, Chautauqua, New York, 1994.
Yeah.
I think so.
My first secular concert.
Secular concert
was Sheryl Crow.
Oh.
Memphis in May. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Uh-huh. It was weird.
Why was it weird?
I mean, I just wasn't I was a really good girl at the time, and it was like there were people like drinking beer and smoking pot.
Oh, so you felt very conflicted.
I felt very out of my element, if you will.
Yeah.
They were, but it was so awesome too.
You do remember the music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How does Sheryl Crow not age at all? I just saw her on some show or something.
Look at her looking at you. She looks like she's gonna cut you.
Come here, sweetheart. She's like, move that piece of paper. I want love. Come here,
Come here, Madison. Girl. She's like, no, I found my spot.
Baby girl, you can come back if you want. I got a spot just for you.
Okay, so what's your favorite city in all the land?
That is always going to depend on where my favorite people are.
Really?
Yep.
You used to always say that it was Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nope. I always used to say that it was Charleston.
Yep. South Carolina.
But that's just because I love the history of it. There's so I liked so much about. I was just there once, not even overnight.
Yeah.
And there was this big farmer's market and these cool restaurants with patios. And
Yeah.
it was like one of my first trips
Outside of
home, wherever I was. Yeah. And I really liked it a whole lot.
That was like me when I fell in love, like the first time I went to New York City. I was like, this is my most favorite city, because your first experience when you have like especially if you're like a tourist, obviously, right? But you have like your first experience and it like feels so awesome and you're like, yes, this is. And
can I share a side story about that first trip? Because that's the one that you took with Sarah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going through, when you get to know somebody, you're going through like old pictures and whatever. And she's like, this is my trip to New York. And she's showing me all these pictures. And then we get to this picture of a turd. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, oh, we found a human feces on the sidewalk. And she took a picture, like with her little disposable camera.
Who poops on the sidewalk in a very, very populated area? Who poops on the sidewalk? That is very interesting. So I took a picture of it. Still have it to this day. Yes,
but still, it was her favorite city.
It was until I went back, and then I don't actually like it anymore. I mean, not that I don't enjoy many things about it.
But New York City is like Vegas is a city.
Vegas is my favorite city.
But Vegas, I mean, we could be living in Knoxville for all we know. We stay in 3 square miles. Everything that you know what I mean. We have very local restaurants and stuff that we go to. It's not a city like New York was. New York was really overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
It was just people stacked.
Yeah.
Tall and deep. It was
my type of thing. I like the I wouldn't say that we could be in Knoxville for all we know, because
we have people, so much here nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. The people, the availability, the 24-hour everything.
Yeah.
Like Vegas is by far my favorite city, and I've been to really cool cities. Dublin would be my second, but Vegas is still by far my favorite city on the planet.
Yeah.
Even though it's stupid hot right now.
It is stupid.
And I want to cut it. What's your favorite word?
Oh my God. My favorite word.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Moist?
Oh my God. I will cut you.
Moist.
No. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite word?
Moist.
It is not. Lies.
What's your hidden talent? I guess I'm doing all the questioning.
Oh, hidden talent.
I mean, you're a classically trained violinist since you were 3 years old. You're an amazing musician. You write music on the piano.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know.
I think I get to answer this question.
I know a lot of people don't know those things about you, but I wouldn't say necessarily that they're hidden talent. Would it be a hidden talent?
I don't think so.
Okay, then what would your hidden talent be? I was going to say I can roll my tongue. I can do really cool things with my tongue. Okay, for those of you guys listening, that is not somebody jacking off. That is not somebody jacking off.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That is Adrian just doing a very random
I'm relaxing my fingers. Like, look, I can't do it with my left hand. I can't do that. I've tried to
do that all the time.
But I can relax all my fingers.
Yep, still nobody jacking off here in the closet. Promise.
Sorry.
Not our. It's too hot to do that.
It's like, wow, that is a very cool hidden talent.
Okay, what's the most daring thing you've ever done?
Oh.
I don't think we're very daring. I know I've done daring things, like really daring things. I haven't jumped out of a plane.
To me, the most daring thing that I feel I've ever done, and I'm not, how I cannot do heights.
Yeah.
Oh, and it gives me anxiety just thinking about it. When I was in ROTC in college, we had to tie our own Swiss seat with rope. So not something like where you're buckled in.
What is a Swiss seat?
It's like a rappelling seat, and we climbed to the top of a 100-foot ladder, and you put your toes on a 2x4. And then you sat down in the thin air and you rappelled down. And it's giving me anxiety just thinking about it. Not only did you have to trust the seat that you just tied, but you had a brake hand and whatever. And if you freaked out and you lost control, one of the guys that went after me freaked out. And halfway down, he let his brake hand come up and it went through the
Carabiner.
whatever that was, and nearly ripped off 2 of his fingers.
Oh God.
And that was probably the most daring thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I
Robin
survived,
says roller
but-
coasters. I would say that is also a daring thing that I've done. Debbie says skinny dipping. This is on YouTube Live.
Oh,
And Dana says
How can you
skydiving.
read
See,
that from here?
skydiving is one of those that I've never done. I don't want to do it, but it's like
hate
one of those things that I funnily enough see myself doing in the future.
oh my God, Dana has been skydiving?
That's what I'm talking about.
Did
right
not
now.
see that coming. I know, but it's
That's
just
what I'm
sinking in. I mean, it's a profound thing to let sink in. What's the
roller
most
coaster-
daring thing you've done? you
Oh, that's
think?
what I'm trying to answer. Maybe like, okay, so when I was young, this is so dumb, but
When I was young.
I never needed anyone. I did this, it was called the Zipper at the local small town where I grew up.
Those are dangerous
the local
rides.
fair. And it was like this, you get in, it's like this tall thing and it turns around while your like little cart is also flipping. And I did it with my girlfriend and I was like,
That
I was I told you how good of a girl I was. I didn't do like much. I mean, I was always like mischievous and daring and stuff like that. Like I would
nickname
take
growing up
dares,
was rowdy. So
Yeah.
infer what she means from being a good girl.
but I didn't curse. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
fuck. Like I was just like, so like words that you never heard come out of my mouth were coming out of my mouth. And in that.
So a carnival ride is
but
your most
no.
daring.
No. I mean, let's see. I've jumped off of cliffs.
Didn't you hitchhike once? Weren't you left on the side of the road somewhere in Florida?
Yeah, that happened. I didn't hitchhike though. I never got a ride.
Oh, that's right.
No. I would have if anybody would have driven by that old road. Daring. I don't know. Like a lot of people would say a lot of things that I've done were, I guess you'd say daring, but I'm thinking of like more like skydiving and those kind of things. And I don't know. Next
is if you could only eat one thing forever, what would it be?
Yours would be pizza.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or pasta. Spaghetti.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, so if you were to say pasta, like if you were to say pizza, could it be all different types of pizza?
Well, I would think so. So there's like variety.
Okay,
in
then
there.
mine would be sandwiches.
Sandwiches? You said sandwiches.
I did not. I would probably have sandwiches because there are so many different types of sandwiches that you can eat. And so it would be, I would have sandwiches.
Okay.
And I love my bread. I love them carbs.
Okay. All right. Oh my God, I feel like we are not going to get all the way through this list.
Yeah, we are. If you'll just pay attention. What's one of your favorite memories?
Getting my first jackknife.
Wedding day. What's your favorite?
Oh, that's a good one.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite food?
Mine changes from day to day. It really depends. I'm going to say actually Indian. Anything Indian.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite movie? First one that pops to mind.
Fried green tomatoes.
I knew it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's yours?
My Girl. I think that's, favorite cartoon?
Don't have one.
Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's your
I
favorite?
never
What's your
really
favorite
watched
book of
cartoons.
all time?
Favorite book of all time?
I would say mine is Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness. Because I've read it so many times and I've gifted it so many times. Now, The Secret I have also read a few times and gifted several times. But I would say Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness is by far. May he rest in peace.
Wow. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Ooh.
I
What do you think it is?
don't know. What is a guilty pleasure?
Like chocolate or like what do I get? Oh. No, I know what it is.
What?
Jalapeno cheddar
Cheddar.
I can't.
Jalapeno cheddar. Cheddar.
Jalapeno, cheddar, Cheetos.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
By the
Oh my
handful.
goodness. We used to eat those.
Lord. And chew them with your mouth
Camping.
open. There's something about how it aerates the flavor.
Yes, and when you like you chew with your mouth open and breathe in through your nose at the same time, like smell it
God,
while you're chewing it.
so,
it enhances the flavor. It is like delicious.
It's like crunchy crack.
Yes.
I also have to say, little known fact, if you do get a bag of Cheetos at any point in your life, the little ones that are always left at the bottom of the bag, the little ones are like hard and crunchy and the most flavorful of all time. So whenever I have Cheetos, I try to save all the little ones to the end, and then I tilt up the bag and eat them all at one time. Oh my God.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Cheese and crackers with honey mustard.
Oh my God, you are so gay.
Why?
Cheese and crackers with honey mustard is your guilty pleasure?
I mean, if I have Ritz crackers and the and I like them at room temperature, but the like little cheese like slices of the different whatever, and Tiggy and I, my soul kitty, we used to eat it together for dinner like every night. Like it was like or even after dinner, it was like our midnight snack together. And may he also rest in peace, probably because I killed him from eating cheese and crackers with them. I'm joking, but cheese and crackers and dipped in honey mustard. It's so weird, but I love it. And I would eat that for like dinner every night or a munchie every night. I think. What do you think? Do you think it's something else?
I think it's copious amounts of wine.
Oh, well, wine for sure. Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite sport? You already answered that one.
Yeah, because I didn't even know.
Yeah, you said game. My favorite game is soccer. Basketball. My favorite. Okay, so your favorite sport is mine is baseball. Well, to play, right? So to play it's softball. To watch, I think I actually like football better. And by football, I mean
American football.
American football.
Even though she doesn't know what's going on half the time. Like, why did they just get 2 points?
I don't get the game.
Why did they get 6 points before?
I mean, I get it a little bit better. I don't get it.
Why are they kicking now?
There's so many rules, but it's fun to watch. It's just enticing to watch. I mean, it's been a while since we've even watched it.
It has been long, hot minute. This is a good question. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
2 come to mind. 1, my sister, when I was probably 17, my sister who was 19 at the time, she's just a couple years older than me. I can't remember what the subject was, what we were talking about, but she said, she told me that things that are different are not bad. How did she say it? She said, it's not bad, it's just different. And that was like, that really changed my perspective. That weird moment at 17 changed my perspective from like judging things immediately as this is good and this is bad, from that pretty judgmental upbringing that I was never judgmental myself, but I was kind of taught to be. Everybody around me was. Everything was black and white. Everything was good or bad. You had to judge everything. And if it was different from you in my family, or maybe not necessarily my family, but my church and my society that I lived in, if it was different, then it was definitely bad. And so everybody was the same, right? So that was a great piece of advice. And then my grandmother gave me a piece of advice when I was going through something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but she said, and this wasn't like her, it's a well-known quote, but it's you can't change the wind. She said, Jessica, which many of you don't know is my real name. You can't change the wind. What you can change is the set of your sail.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I love that. Still to this day, it's like, okay, if I can't change the bigger perspective, what can I change? I can change my perspective. And that's what I took from that. What's your best piece of advice?
And the only thing that comes to mind is one of my favorite quotes, the persevere in the exact fulfillment of the obligations.
Who gave you that piece of advice?
Probably my mom.
Your mom gives great advice.
I think it is my mom, yeah.
What song do you sing in the shower?
I do not sing in the shower. What song do you sing in the shower?
Up to the Mountain.
Oh, yes, you did.
By who?
Nancy Griffin.
Yeah, Nancy Griffin. Nancy Griffin?
Is it Nancy Griffin?
Griffin. Griffin is correct. I don't know if it's Nancy. I can't remember.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
I
cry.
went up to the mountain.
I don't think it is
that
Nancy.
one. I don't think it's Nancy. It's something Griffin. Somebody's gonna drop it here.
Patty.
That's it. Patty Griffin.
Patty Griffin.
Yep.
What is wrong with
You
me?
don't sing in the shower. You do sing in the shower, but you make up your own songs. That's funny.
That's true.
Okay, what's one thing about you that surprises people?
I have no idea.
I think when people see both of us, just in general, if they haven't already met us or maybe now seen us online or something like that, when they meet us, I think just by the way that we look, I think that people think that we're going to be of like a specific political, or it used to be at least, like a specific political affiliation, like a really strong, like, gay pride type of, like I feel like people see, if they just see us, they probably think we're going to be
Have a bit of an agenda.
Yeah, or even like a chip on our shoulder, like we are man haters, like like that type of.
Is that what you think of when you think, what about me? It surprises people? You think that they think I'm a man hater, and then they're like, oh, maybe not. Or is it just a general thing for both of us?
I think it's general for both of us.
Yeah.
Maybe more so you than me. I don't know.
I don't think anyone's ever told me they're surprised by something.
Oh, yeah. People are very surprised by your
I mean, unless I go into the bathroom and then they think that they're in the wrong bathroom, and then they're surprised that I'm not. I'm not in the wrong bathroom.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a few things about us that surprise people.
That's curious. We'll have to ask Lindsay.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you most afraid of? What are you most afraid?
That is the correct way to say it without ending in a preposition.
One of your pet peeves.
I have a sign in my office that said, "What would you do if you were not afraid?"
And
my biggest fear is failure. Like my biggest fear is not necessarily failure, but mistakes, getting things wrong is like, so failure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
not being the best. I mean, I feel like I'm never good enough. I think like I always think that like even something really cool, like good that I do in the world, it's like, I could have done that. I could have done it better.
In hindsight, I should have
said this, or I should have said that, or I could have done this better. I think we all are kind of like that sometimes, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think the bigger thing for me is I do believe that people are purposefully created. And so I feel like there's a reason that I'm around, and it's my job to make sure I fulfill that purpose. And I think it's a daily thing.
Figuring it out is your biggest fear.
Not even my biggest fear, is just not accomplishing it. Which is why like that quote of persevering in the exact fulfillment of the moment helps simplify fulfilling my purpose to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just got profound.
What?
If you could snap your fingers and change anything in the world, what would it be? Kindness.
So many things.
I know. But if there was just one, it would be...
all I can think of right now is animal abusers, because of that situation that happened.
Ooh, kindness would cover that.
Like just making kindness like a blanket. Everyone must be kind instantly.
Yeah. Like everybody just has kindness in their heart. Then they're not going to be mean like to other people.
Everyone is intrinsically compassionate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would take care of all
love
the
is what makes the world go round, right? So if everybody had love in their hearts, everyone would get along. There would be no more war. Every animal would be.
I feel like you're saying the
like
lyrics
John
to
Lennon.
Imagine all the people.
Imagine all the people.
Okay, last question.
What's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself? I would probably
my temper.
Your temper?
Yep.
I was going to say my anxiety. I think it would be better for everybody involved.
It would.
Like everyone.
It would probably help my temper.
Right. Exactly. If I could change my anxiety. No, literally it would like if I could just snap my fingers and shut off the anxiety. I think, sometimes I'm grateful for my anxiety.
Because you're like, I'm a very high performing OCD crazy person.
Well, and maybe I'm not categorizing this correctly. I'm sure if I talk to like a shrink or something, they would be like,
I don't think they're called shrinks.
A therapist. They would say it differently. But the fact that I'm like so always focused on like the future, whether that be like tomorrow or whether that be 5 years from now or whether that be 10 years from now or 50 years from now, like I'm always thinking about all of those different things, but that creates this anxiety in me. So maybe it's that, I don't know, but it causes anxiety worrying about making sure that I got it all right. Like that I'm getting it all right for that tomorrow, for that next week, for that 5 years.
Yeah. You can work on you being a little more present.
Yeah.
Less stressed.
That's what books in the nature.
In the nature.
Books in the nature
are very good at helping me.
They help me be present. That's why I love.
That's a very good question, though. Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work on. Good thing to know, though, for like what we really want to work on in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we just learned a lesson.
Lord have mercy, you guys! I can't wait to go back through here and
read all of your comments.
These.
This has been a pretty long podcast. I'm not drinking much today.
Oh my God, Dana is my soul sister. She said, "My temper or my inability to let people in."
Oh yeah. Lisa said my singing voice. There was a time that all I ever wanted to do was like be a singer. I would change my I would definitely like.
You actually do have a really good voice.
No,
but like everything else about
singer
you,
voice.
You don't think it's. I totally think you could have a singer voice if you wanted to.
Well, with a lot of lessons, maybe.
You guys, I'm going to record her singing "Love Can Build a Bridge" in the shower.
I'm never going to sing it again, so it's not going to happen. Now that you've just said this live and on our podcast. So thanks guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday evening or whatever day that you're listening on our podcast or watching this back live. We literally, if you're like answer the questions, we're going to go back and read all of you guys' answers. We still have our script, so we're going to go through and we're going to read it.
Facts with dropping some truth. Success is built on a pile of failures and mistakes.
It's so true. As I said, failure, I thought about what is that? Who is that? Abraham Lincoln?
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison said he failed. Yeah.
Failed thousands of times.
Yeah. I failed my way to success. Yep. I failed thousands of times and I'm grateful for all that because that is what taught me how to get it right.
Yes.
And that's very true. It's very true. Anyway, we love you guys.
That should help your anxiety. We'll think on that more.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much.
Thank you for joining us. We have a Facebook Live tonight, a massive giveaway. 1 year subscription to Scent Away, the all natural litter deodorizer. We're giving away tonight on our Facebook Live at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Come join us. We love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us.
Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy Sunday.
See you soon. Bye, y'all.